Alright, so I'm not talking about a movie in specific now. I just wanted to bring up an interesting question and give my thoughts on it. My hot takes. If you take a look outside, you'll notice that stores are a bit empty. People are wearing masks over their face. Some places are closed. There's a bit of a crisis going on, if you know what I mean. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the infamous COVID-19. Now, I actually had the balls earlier, maybe a month ago, to go to a movie theater as soon as it opened. But I feel like I'm in the minority. I love movies so much, I'm willing to put my life on the line here. You know? Which says a lot about me. Like, some people will put their life on the line for their family, for their friends. Put my life on the line for a fucking movie. And it was a movie I've seen already. I went to see Interstellar in the theaters. I own the movie, but I just wanted to see it in theaters, you know? But anyway, brought up the question, will movie theaters survive post-coronavirus? Well, first of all, we don't know when this thing is going to be over. Might be in a month, might be in 6 months, might be in a year. Who knows? Movie theaters were already having a problem pre-coronavirus. So let's flash back to, let's say, January, before this whole thing started over in North America. People had Netflix, they had Amazon Prime, but they also went to the movie theater. There was also an appeal to going to a movie theater. And what you would get in the movie theater, for the most part, are all these big tentpole films. And if you look at the Oscar right before coronavirus occurred, you had movies like Irishman, Marriage Story, Uncut Gems, didn't get nominated, but it was a contender. You had all these movies that were on streaming platforms, distributed by streaming platforms, but released in theaters as well. And this Oscars in specific had more streaming movies than any other year. Fast forward to our current situation where everyone's locked in our houses and we're basically utilizing Netflix and Amazon. The Netflix stock went up like crazy. The Amazon Prime with Amazon, that stock went up like crazy as well. So what gives, huh? AMC. What are they gonna do? Regal, what are they gonna do? Cinemark, what are they gonna do? I think this is good news for movies in general. I know you guys, you like going to the movie theater, and I like going to the movie theater too. The thing is, I like going to a certain kind of movie theater. I'm not a fan of these big movie theaters that are in a mall. And they have like the video game where you jump on a scooter or a motorcycle and you tilt the motorcycle and there's a fucking claw machine and there's like 20 different types of things you can put in your popcorn. That's not the kind of movie theater I like going to. But those are the kind of movie theaters that are the biggest at the moment, okay? And those type of movie theaters are usually the type to play your big movies, your Fast and Furious, your Avengers, your Disney movies, okay? The movie theaters I like going to are like the small, hipstery, indie movie theaters. Those are the ones I go to. And even if it's for a movie like Avengers, I'll still go to that kind of movie theater even though the screen is smaller. The reason why I go to that kind of movie theater is because I've had a couple of bad experiences in the big chain movie theater. I went to see the movie Midsommar, and since the movie theater was in a mall, the guy next to me is eating a Caesar salad. Who eats a Caesar salad when they go see a movie? And who wants to eat anyway if you're watching Midsommar? Huh? The guy gets his face slashed off. So, where I'm getting at here is that I think the maintenance cost for these big chain theaters like AMC is too high and the margin of profit was already too slim. And that's why I think ultimately they're not going to survive all that much longer. So I don't see AMC Regal being along for much longer after the coronavirus. I might be wrong. That's just my opinion. I don't see it happening really. And AMC already showed some sign of desperation. They started doing moves like having these super theaters, renovations, screening sports events, stuff like that. Not that I have anything against that. I think that's actually cool to have sporting events there. I don't like it when there's like food involved and it's like just keep it popcorn licorice. That's it. But those are the ones that are gonna die. There was a lot of rumors at some point that Amazon would want to buy AMC. Honestly, I don't see the appeal in that. Not only that, I think it might actually be illegal. Sorry, I don't think it's legal for AMC or Amazon to own a movie theater because they have Prime Video, and that creates a conflict of interest. So you have a movie theater chain, and Amazon is basically just going to put their Amazon Prime films in theater, and it's going to cause a big ruckus. I don't know, there might be a conflict there. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a businessman. I'm just a guy in a garage sweating like a pig because it's humid in here. However, it's not that bleak. I think the movie theaters that I like are ultimately gonna survive. The mom and dad theaters. There's this great theater I always go to. I love it so much. And you can tell the people who own it, it's a labor of love. Like, I know the guy, he's always friendly whenever we go there. He'll, like, talk about movies. He's really into kung fu movies, and he'll recommend all kinds of movies. Recommended me, some old kung fu movies. I can't remember the name. They're on my watch list on IMDb. But those people who have such a deep passion for film, those are the ones that are going to keep their businesses running for as long as possible. And even though the margin of profit is not going to be that big, it's a labor of love to them. And to many, it's also just a side gig. They have a daytime job, and at night they open the theater up. I think this is mostly good news for the film industry. Who knows? I'm usually an optimist, and I think this was a long time coming anyway. All that coronavirus did was speed up the process. But I think it's good news. You get the best of both worlds. You get these smaller theaters that are made of labor of love. I don't like the big AMC theaters with the arcade anyway. I don't know. I might be a little optimistic here. Who knows, maybe movie theaters altogether will die and everything will be left to streaming. And I would hate to see a world like that. I live at home. There's people going in and out of the house. Sometimes I don't get the TV. And plus, it's cheaper just to rent. Like, I'm looking at the prices of these releases that are during coronavirus. They released Trolls World Tour. It's like $20. I go to the theater, it's like $7 or $8. I get it's cheaper if you have a family of 5. It's not cheaper for me. And if you're doing the straight-to-streaming platform, you're basically opening the floodgates for piracy. But I really think that movie theaters are going to persist after coronavirus. I don't think there's anything wrong there. If there is a movie theater that's going to close, it's going to be the big chain ones. But movie theater remains the best date outing there is, okay? Movie theater and bowling, Movie theater is good. You don't have to talk as much. You don't have to be as funny all the time. You can just, sit back and let the movie do all the work for you. You don't have to listen to her boring stories. Because if she tries to say them, you just, shh! There's a movie. Yeah, I'm going off topic. But yeah, I don't think the future is as bleak as everyone says, but who knows? I'm an optimist. And at the end of the day, my research was Google 2 minutes ago. Go fuck yourselves.